All right.
It is what it
We
is.
should be good now. I think we're good.
Wait, are we live?
I believe so.
I
13
think we're
seconds,
back,
14
yeah.
seconds.
Okay, we are live. We are back. Hopefully. Okay, so what you missed is that Gorklaw said Enigma's main roster is trash. They
Wait,
didn't
hold up.
deserve to
Hold
win
up.
last week. They
All right.
won on a fluke, and they probably won't win anymore for the rest of the season. I think that's basically a summary of what he said. Is that right, guys?
Yeah.
You guys are gonna give me
Yeah.
cake. Please don't do this. Please don't do this. I'm only on one team.
And I
Stop.
think
No,
I think
stop.
he said something about Blue Vapor being washed. He really shouldn't be playing anymore, and something like that. It is pretty bad.
Stop.
It's actually good that we cut out there because I don't want to repeat some of the things he said. But with that, let's just jump over to week 3
I'm
predictions. Week 3 predictions, guys. All right, here are my predictions. I'll just do a quick rundown. I got Zenigma Darkstar beating Cyber Grizzlies, UEA beating Chronic Wheels, Nameless beating Elysium Esports, UER beating Zenigma Unknown now, TD Frost beating Queen's Gambit, Buddy's Burgers beating Roar, and then for sophomores, I got TD Blaze beating Hawkthorne Esports, Team Ambition Aurora beating We're Testable, Outrage Gaming beating Zenigma Alpha in a close matchup, very close, I think. Project Maverick beating Zenigma Omega. Sorry, Gorklaw. I got Ambition Eclipse taking that first overall seed by beating LEO. And then I have Mouse in the House beating Nameless, even though I probably would have changed that if you had told me that Mouse in the House was garbage earlier. For juniors, I obviously have the Clocks beating Buds here. I got Iceborne Reborn beating Zen Esports, Hades beating Spartans, and Venom beating Zenigma. And I think that one will actually be the closest matchup of the week, Venom versus Zenigma. And then for seniors, I got Ithaca beating AKM. I totally predicted that 100% correctly. Definitely didn't see the result before I did these. I got New Age Shadow beating OMTA. I changed that after I found out that Circlet wasn't going to be playing for Ares anymore. G7 Mirage beating Legends Falcons because I think that one will also be very close. And then I have USC beating OMTA. So, any disagreements here? What do you mean? Okay, so whoever just said I want to see him predict some upsets, how is NAS beating OMT not an upset? How is it not like the biggest upset? Come on, guys. Come on, give me some credit. Give me some credit, dude.
G7M20.
Oh, okay. You think they're gonna 2-0 LEF?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you, Corsic, is there a chance? Is there a chance that this takes a game? Just one game. Is there a chance?
I mean, if I die in real life, then there's a possibility. But
after you load in the game, right? Like after you load.
Probably no remake after 3:30. Probably not. But for your predictions, I think I agree. I think I agree with IBR. I obviously agree with the first one. I agree with IBR beating them 2-1. I really I don't know. Losing to a team called BBC, and then you have to look at our logo afterwards. Might mental boom OMTH enough for them to lose to Legend Spartans, but we'll see. We'll see. I think I would agree. I think it's going to be 2-1, but I think Legends is definitely going to get a game. And I do not agree with the last one. I think Zen is going to 2-0 Venom.
Okay.
But
okay.
We'll see what happens.
This is red Venom bias.
Yeah, I do have Venom bias. You got to keep that in mind. I'm a big Venom fan, so you shouldn't really look at those predictions with too much heart because I am big Zenigma and Venom fan, to be honest, and I had to give it to Venom this time, but I think Zenigma will do better overall in the season. What do you think, Gorklaw? Any disagreements here?
I think Zenigma easily wins if Blue just actually plays the game for once. I think that'd be pretty cash money. Other than that, I mean, I think BBC is going to beat Puds. It's just I think that's just what's going to happen. Even though like I would like to see the upset, it'd be pretty cool to see one of the lower teams beat BBC after all that trash talk earlier.
Okay.
Other than that, everything else looks pretty normal, I would say.
Okay, I'm gonna give Zenigma some tips. All the Zenigma players in the chat right now that play for the main roster, I'm giving you some draft tips right now. Okay? Ban Misfortune, ban Swain, and then ban any jungler. Probably Kha'Zix, probably Lilia. Pick Ezreal.
First pick Ezreal.
Yeah, you cannot let Alfonso Swoops get Swain or Misfortune. He's gonna make your life a living hell. I know it's tempting to ban Thresh or take Thresh. You don't have to. It's a meme. He looks good on Thresh, but it's actually not true. You can just you can let the Thresh go through. If you want to beat Venom, you gotta ban out the ADC and the jungler. That's how you beat him. So that's my tips for you. PVS, do you have any disagreements with any of the results or predictions this week?
In sophomore, I think Hawkthorn's gonna win over TD Blaze, 2-1. So flip the numbers.
Oh, okay. You're on the Hawkthorn train.
No, not really the Hawkthorn train. Maybe the scooter.
Okay, the Hawkthorn scooter. Okay.
I can see them beating TD Blaze. I think TD Blaze is gonna lose a few more matches where these ends.
Do you think Hawkthorn is underrated, or you think TD Blaze is overrated?
I think TD Blaze is overrated.
Oh, okay.
I said that last week too, I think.
Okay.
But I definitely think
you were wrong.
The Hawkthorn scooter has picked up enough momentum to beat TD Blaze.
Okay.
They're going down a hill.
Cool. Very cool. All right, and does anybody have any last comments before we jump into house standings and then probably end this whole thing?
I see the Zenigma top laner go grasp on Wukong again, then I'm gonna have to intervene.
No, that's got to be good with Thunder, right?
Don't do that.
Hey, I'm glad that I didn't do that. Wait, who did that?
I don't know. Whoever the Zenigma top laner is, do not go grasp on Wukong. But Vapor, you need to tell him not to build that, or not
that's
to build that.
Izumi, right?
All right, Izumi.
Izumi with the weird eye.
Yeah.
What was the lane?
Yeah.
Izumi, if you're here,
top laner.
don't take that rune.
He's saying in general, it doesn't matter the matchup on Wukong, you just don't take grass. That's what he's saying. So,
yeah.
I mean, okay, Blue, make sure Izumi gets the message, okay? All right, cool. Let's jump into house standings real quick. We'll talk about where our houses currently stand, barring the Ithaca College and AKM matchup. But I think that was they both in Cloud, so it didn't really affect the standings at all. So right now we have house in the Infernal House in first, Cloud House in second, Pushing House in third, and Mountain in fourth. I think it would be fair to say that OMT, I mean, we didn't think it at first, but Infernal House is pretty stacked now that we have a couple weeks of gameplay in there. We initially had Infernal at third. We weren't really high on the OMT teams, and we definitely weren't very high on the Unlucky Esports teams. And Big BBC hadn't joined the league yet, so their turnaround, I think, can be basically attributed to Unlucky Esports Academy, OMT, and BBC just kind of handling business all across the board. Cloud, we had initially ranked really high because of Venom and AKM and Team Ambition. Now, AKM hasn't really done their due diligence. They haven't played to expectations, but they're not that far behind Infernal currently. And if AKM can get it together, we might see them in Cloud winning this whole thing. Ocean's really getting it together. I think G7M and New Age Shadows showing up really helped them out a lot. The Nameless existence is doing pretty well, and I do think Outreach Gaming is going to climb up those ranks. So Ocean House still started off slow, but I think they can finish strong. Mountain House, I mean, who would have thought that Legend Spartans would be dead last? A lot of these Enigma teams haven't been performing as expected, and it's really like hurting them overall. But they're definitely not out of it. I mean, USC also underperforming is not helping them either. They're not out of it. It's really early on. A lot of these teams can turn it around. But it is. I should remind everyone: you want your house to win. It's $50 per team. So if you're not building your house up or helping them in any way possible, then you're gonna lose those benefits that you could possibly get. I know Mountain House is usually pretty interactive. It's kind of just like it's Enigma talking ground. It's Enigma group chat. But I know Infernal House, they offered to help people, but it doesn't seem like many of the teams need the help in Infernal. So that they're doing pretty well. I do see some of the chats being active, but if y'all want to grow and get better together and get that extra $50 at the end of the season for each team, y'all might want to start scrimming each other, start helping each other out, building up some of your lower teams, and rounding out the whole house as a whole. I want to go ahead and ask Corsic, what do you think about Infernal House? Do you think any other house can really challenge you?
I think it really just kind of depends on if Akuma starts performing as they were expected to perform. I think if they do, then Cloud can definitely challenge. But we have a lot of stacked teams. I mean, we have Unlucky Ronin, we have BBC, we have Ares, who I think is not moving from their top spot. And then I mean, Unlucky Academy as well. They're in second. I gotta shout you guys out. Mouse in the House, who I've been told is just gonna go to last apparently, but we'll see if that actually happens. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think it'll be close between us and Cloud if Akuma picks up speed. So we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty confident.
Okay, Goreclaw, how can Mountain pull this off?
I need to stop being garbage, first of all. Wait, it doesn't matter. I'm benched. I think they're gonna start winning now. I'm benched. Blue's benched, which is huge. Also, what's it called? Curse Leona, also benched. I think it's just gonna go up.
Okay. You think all those Enigma players are bad and they're getting benched, and now the good players are going to play? Is that what you're saying?
Just us three are getting benched.
I see. Okay, cool. PBS, any thoughts? And Infernal get taken down.
As the other two say, as they were saying, I think if Akuma can get in the top 4 of theirs, I think the rest of the teams have a pretty good chance. Ambition's good. TD, the 2 TD teams are pretty good. I don't know how I feel about Chronic or RAR, but all the teams are weighted the same, so if 8 of the 10 teams are performing really good, then the other 2 teams don't necessarily matter too much.
Right.
What else was I gonna say?
Right.
I think the the freshman teams can try to carry Mountain, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
I think Team
you think
12
Darkstar and QG and Team 12. Okay.
I think
That's a bold prediction. You just picked some of the bottom teams and freshmen to just turn it around and carry.
Well,
Mountain.
6-4-3, 16 leagues. Yeah, I think QG and both the Zen teams have a pretty good chance.
Okay. All right, very cool. I do want to make a little announcement before we go. It has only been 2 weeks, but freshmen and sophomore do run only 5-week leagues, which means they are now at the halfway point. So that being said, we have actually made up foldy sheets for each league. Only the freshman and sophomore right now. There's just too many games left for junior and senior. If you're confused at what a foldy sheet is, it's basically gives you all the scenarios remaining in your league. It tells you your exact percentage of successful scenarios remaining for you to get into playoffs. And yeah, you just fold that sheet every time a game happens. It is a sheet that folds, as someone in the comments just said. So um, it's a pretty cool tool. It helps you keep track of like every single possibility that can happen, whether you'll end up in playoffs or not, what teams you should be rooting to win, rooting for to win, and how you could control your own destiny and what the percentage of likelihood that is. So we will be supplying that information to the freshmen and sophomores, and then as the season goes on and we get a little closer to the end of the season for junior and seniors, we'll also be making one for them as well. So yeah, that's the only other announcement. Any other comments before we close it out?
I will say that Omega Aries or Omega Athena, or really any senior team, we're looking for scrims with senior teams. If you want to scrim BBC, you can DM me on Discord, or you can DM Nick, aka eGirl Bender. I didn't leak his name. His name is his Discord name. But anyway, yeah. So you can DM either of us. Either you lose and you strengthen our house, or you win and you can shut me up. So it's a win-win either way. Yeah, let's get better. Let's scrim. That's
Okay.
it.
Okay. I think Infernal House, you have some pretty good scrim partners available there. So
Oh, and we love to scrim any of the teams in sophomore or freshman as well. If you guys want some scrims, you can hit us up. But yeah.
cool. Very cool. Very cool. I think Infernal will really reap the benefits of that. What about you, Gorklaw? Any last statements before we close out?
Everything I said, just banter. Good luck to all the teams. I like to see who makes it to playoffs and who wins the championships. It's gonna be fun.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Blue, he was just memeing. You don't actually have to bench him.
Wait, hold up. Not to Blue. Everything I said to
Oh,
Blue, I
okay.
meant.
Okay.
Except
Never mind.
that, man.
You're trash, Blue.
I know. I
bench him.
didn't say he was trash.
Okay. PVS, any final comments?
The next week of games on stream should be pretty fun, so make sure to check those out starting at 8 p.m. on the weekends. Friday,
yeah.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead and follow the stream now so you guys can go ahead and watch that. We're going to have some banger matchups this week, so that'll be quite fun. And if they're anything like the matchup we just had yesterday, it'll be nuts. But, yep. So I think we'll close it out here. Thanks everyone who joined us. Thanks for our guests for joining us as well. And my beautiful and lovely producer, PVS, who had a little bit of technical difficulties earlier. Thanks to him, too, for ruining the stream. And that's it. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.